EFF calling for an independent body to monitor the Gauteng Jobs Initiative. The Gauteng Premier spokesperson, Vuyo Mhaga, joins us now. Mr. Mhaga, good evening. Thanks for your time. Firstly, let's address the allegation that has been made around the fact that the Premier's office and also some members of his cabinet MECs are using this jobs program to present it as if it is an ANC project and not a project of government.
Well, it's a very interesting aspect. Thank you very much also for having me. Because if you go to SOPA 2023 in February, the Premier did speak about providing jobs, about 152 to be exact. So the documents are there. When the EFF was asked what do they think about it, actually they created a new term that I've never heard called the Sufism. It means that you just all talk but no actions. Now that the action is happening, then they started to change the ball game to say it's about the ANC. Actually, they posted in their own social media that they are inviting people to go and using their own logos to go to those centers and basically do that. And we did not complain because if anyone in society, including opposition political parties, the governing parties, advances the views of the government, why do we complain? So I'm saying they are accusing the ANC of what they've done. I mean, you just have to go to their Gauteng leadership, pages. You'll see them actually rallying society to go and apply for those particular jobs. And we welcome that. We've never complained. So I don't know why they are complaining about something that they've done themselves.
Of course, there is a broader concern here, Vuyo, and that is around information that is and initiatives that are primarily government initiatives, and those almost being taken on and presented as information that is being sponsored by any political party if it's a government program. Mindful of the fact that we are very much in an election year, and the cycle around elections is only going to continue to build. So reflecting not on the fact that they've done it, therefore they can't criticize you for having done it, do you think it's something that should be done at all by either the ANC or the EFF or any other party for that matter?
Remember, I speak for government, not for the ANC. What I'm saying is that as a spokesperson of government, if anyone in society, rather be a gift of the givers or any NGO, really advances my views, why do I have to complain about it? That's why I do not complain about EFF doing it. Neither the ANC have done it. Will always be in elections. I'll tell you now, post-2024, you will be accused that you want to actually bring back the municipalities because elections are in 2026. South Africa is always in elections. So there's no time where South Africa cannot be in an election mode. That doesn't mean that government must stop. And it will be very amiss of all of us that government must stop doing its work on the basis that it must be sensitive that there are elections. That will be detrimental to the people because you therefore, meaning that you must not provide services because you need to be sensitive that it's election time. There are always elections, either by-elections, local government elections, national elections. South Africa, most often than not, is always faced with elections. That must never mean that government must not work. Government must continue to work.
Vuyo, the issue I'm raising here is around the appropriation of government programs by political parties and them taking those programs, as you're saying, advertising them with their logos, whether it's election cycle or not. I can see a situation like that creating incredible problems because ultimately the credibility of any organization and its ability to gain the confidence of the people is through initiatives of this nature that it can well argue, its representatives in government are pushing for.
It's a very unfortunate statement, really, that you are observing, because I can tell you now, go to the DA page. They even say the DA government in the Western Cape. At no point, no one has ever complained about that, because there's no illusion who is running the Western Cape. And there's never been a conversation of this nature. But I don't know why a different political party, and I don't want to be dragged to what other political parties are saying. What I'm saying, if there's something that they are saying that is outside of what government, or they are misplacing government, I've got a duty to put that in record. If the EFF would have said, we are advertising 15,000 jobs, I would have a duty to say, no, you're actually incorrect. the jobs that are there are these ones. If they are actually advanced, even if it was DA, even if it was any NPO, but what I actually have an exception of is a news room or a media house that all of a sudden sees something differently when it's done by another political party. But there's been an absolute silence for years when a democratic alliance says the democratic government actually uses its logo to advance the program of government of the Western Cape. I don't think we've ever had this conversation with the DA. And I'm saying it's rather wrong. And let us not drag myself in particular as a spokesperson of government to party political issues. If they are misinforming of my views as government, I've got a responsibility to come in. If any member of society advances my views, I really don't mind, because exactly that's what I want, that information to go out as many people as possible. If it's the DA that says we are advertising jobs in Gauteng, ACTP has done that. Actually, they've passed about 15 buses were in Nazareth. We actually assisted all those people. No one discriminated to say, Bishop Adams, why did you bring so many people and all that? They mobilized, they brought them, we assisted them. We don't have a duty to reject anyone based on the party political line. We can't do that. We can't censor South Africans on what they actually view. We'll actually be upset to start stopping all the fires across South Africa on the basis that they are run by political parties. And we must not do that.
Let's talk then about the calls for the establishment of this independent body to monitor then the screening of these applications and to fill these posts.
No, man, I think the EFF has got poverty of ideas. They were there at Nazareth. They oversaw, when they were asked by the Premier, because I was closer to them, what we kept saying, no, we came here to oversee. It's an online application. It's you create your own profile, you've got your own username, you've got your own password. No one can manipulate it. You yourself, you can go through it now on, jobs.gauteng.gov.za. You create your own password, you can have your own username. It's an upset to create a structure over any structure. The structure is there, people are employed to run the HR. And they've been doing it for years. I don't understand why this would be the case. By the way, I must tell you, next month we'll be actually advertising at other posts. The other month we'll be advertising other posts. Maybe then let's have a conversation. Are these people that must come and do the oversight, must basically therefore take over the job of the HR people that are employed there? So I'm saying there's a poverty of ideas, and we are invited to come and debate with ideas that don't exist. And we are really not interested in that. We are interested to make sure that the service delivered in Gauteng, to make sure that people do get jobs. That's where our obsession, and let's be asked about those questions, not by side shows of people who feel that they need some mileage. We are not interested in that thing.
All right. Vuyo Mhaga is the Gauteng Premier's spokesperson. We'll leave it there for tonight. Thanks for your time, Vuyo.